I think that it's interesting to state that in Europe we have a couple of countries that are Islamic countries, like Bosnia and Herzegovina, but also Albania, Kosovo and so on. So we have lived within Europe for thousands of years now, and we totally integrated, so it would be good for people who have certain stereotypes, myths and so on, to just visit our countries. Sarajevo is a free and open city. We have lots of foreign tourists, especially from Germany, France, Great Britain and so on, and people really enjoy, and people really find themselves interested in Islamic culture, architecture and so on. I think for European, the current terrorism crisis should be seen in a historical perspective, meaning that Muslims were always there in Europe, before in Spain, then in Balkans, and across the Europe, like Turks in Germany and so on, and they mostly integrated. But of course, you have a small portion of people that create trouble, that are bad guys. And our mission as liberals is actually to see them as an individual, not as a representative of some kind of collective and so on. For instance, if you have like more than 1 billion Muslims in the world, it's really hard to actually qualify them as evil and so on, only based on a few guys that did some terrible things. So as a true libertarian, I tend to see people like individually. You have your name, you have your surname. If you do good, you'll be a good person. If you do bad, you will be a bad person. There's no justification for any collective behind you in a sense that you say it's their fault, it's the fault of tradition, it's the fault of religion, of nation and so on. It's merely your fault for doing bad, but also you receive well-being for doing good. Well, I think liberalism is really unique in a sense that it can adapt to different cultures, it could adapt to different identities, traditions, nations, religions and so on. Meaning that you can be liberal, but at the same time you can practice your beliefs, you can practice your personal identity, religion, nationality, language and so on. Unlike some other ideologies, liberalism tends to be neutral on that point, meaning that as long that you respect life, liberty and property of others, you can do whatever you want with yourself, or let others do whatever they want with themselves. If you just compare it to different ideologies, for instance, socialism, I don't know, some Keynesianism and so on, all of them try to interfere in life of others, and all of them have a conflict-like idea inside, meaning that if you want to be a socialist, you need to forget your earlier identities, you need to leave your past and become a new man, like create a new man from inside. Liberalism isn't like that. Liberalism isn't progressivism, isn't asking sacrifice from you, isn't asking you to change, but it's actually asking society to change in a sense that it only needs to respect so-called negative liberties of individual. So in that sense, I think that the unique selling point of liberalism is that it doesn't harm your identity as a human being. You can be whatever you want, just until you jeopardize the liberties of someone else.